Hi, and welcome to MATLAB. Here we're going to give you an introduction about the working environment of the MATLAB. The current version that you see is actually a web browser version. It's very similar to the offline software version as well. So if you know the basic environment, then you should be able to work on other kind of platform or other kind of version of the MATLAB. The first thing you can see is subdivide this browser into several different windows. Let's look at the first part, which is on the top leftmost. You have three different tabs. You can click on different tabs and you will see the bottom banner is going to change. And they will allow you to use some of the functions if you need it. So it's the best way to access some of the most common function by simply click on the tab over here. So for now, we are going to focus just on the home tab over here. So we're not going to change to the others, but once you get to the middle of the class, we're going to introduce some of the plot function that you probably will work on the plot tab as well. Application is more like once you write a MATLAB, you can also make it as an executable file, and it will be like an application. You can run it independently without in the MATLAB working environment. On the right hand side, you will also see some of the small icon over here. One of the things that we probably use the most is this one here. This is the help. So MATLAB, there's thousands of hundreds of the command. Sometimes I don't even know how it is functioning. Then we can do a help search. So the help tells you how to use the command. If you don't know what the command is doing for you, then you can just click on the help and it will initiate a help window, and then you can type the help things that you want to do. A lot of time, if you don't even know how to use the help, you can just do a search. So let's say I want to search for a command, and this command is called who. Okay, believe it or not, there is a command called who, and you will see it will show up with a different function options over here, and then you can click on that. So if you click on that, it will show you the help window, and it will show how you can use the who. There's a syntax. Syntax is simply just meaning the rule of using this command. Okay, so this is how you can use this command in a certain way that you write it. This is what we call the syntax. The description will give you a more detailed description about how this command is being used, and they also include example. This is a great way of learning how to write a code. So if you don't know how to write it and you want to use this command, and just click on the example, it will show you the example of how to use the command. So that's about the help. So let's close this. Let me just focus on so this banner over here, because there are so many different functions. We're not going to spend time to describe each one of them. We just wanted to tell you how you start with this. So every time you start MATLAB, the first thing you probably would do is actually to type some of the code. So here, this window, the biggest window here is what we call the command window. The command window is where you type your command. Alright, so I can type a command called, let's just type a command, very simple command, 3 plus 5. So you can actually use MATLAB as a calculator. So we all know 3 plus 5 equal to what, right? So equal to 8. So if you hit enter, you are going to see the answer is equal to 8. And you can also try, what about 3 multiplied by 5? Then it should be 15. So the first thing you can do with MATLAB is actually just use that as a calculator. The only difference is that in a calculator you have to hit equal sign, but here you just hit enter, and I will just, meaning the calculate that, just execute that command. So a command can be very simple, just like a simple mathematical operation like this. There are more of the command you are going to learn in the future, so I'm not going to spend time to tell you all the details about those commands, but you will learn that in the future. On the left hand side, you can see there's some like sub window over here. There's actually two. So one is called the current folder, the other one is called the workspace. So what the current folder means is that whenever you type and you want to save a file, or you wanted to add a file, and the file will be the file under this folder. So the current folder is the folder you are working right now, and I have nothing over here yet, so there's nothing over here. Certainly you can change the folder if you want to change it, and you can click on this one here to change your folder. Okay, so you can change the folder over here. At the bottom, there's a workspace. So what is a workspace? A workspace simply meaning what are the things that you already store in the command window here. Before I do this introduction, I actually did something already. So you can see there's two different things show up. The AMS here simply represent the answer that I just did. So you can see the answer is equal to 15, and that's what the answer is equal to. The value, wow, should be 15. I don't know why it doesn't change, but let's try. So let me introduce a new command here. So we just show you that there's a function called who. So if you type who, and let's see what happens. The who shows you I have two variables, and these two variables are called capital X and AMS, and that's what this AMS and that's what this who is doing. So who tells you what are the variables that you already executed and stored in this command window. If you wanted to retrieve the value, it's very simple. Just simply type whatever the variable name that you want. Let's type X, and once I type X, it's one of the variable. It will show me what the value in that variable. If I type NS is actually equal to 15. So that value is the value of the variable. Then you can use who, which is a very simple command, to try that. There's some other things that you can do, and I just wanted to probably show you this one here. So layout. You can change the layout, because the typical layout is the default one, which you have the big window for the command window on the right side, and you have two sub window on the left. One is the current folder, one is the workspace. Now you can change it to 3 column, right? So the middle is still the command window, but the workspace and current folder will change. You can also select to have this one to be displayed. So the command history is the history of whatever you typed. So if I make it docked, and it will show at one of the place, and you're going to see these are the history that you typed before, which is a good way to kind of track what you did. And sometimes you did things is correct, sometimes you did things wrong. And just before I make this video, I actually typed these things over here. So and that's why you didn't see X, but I actually did this one before, and so that will show up over here. Now, why that you didn't see things that I typed before? Because there is a command called clear. The clear will remove everything from the workspace is like you just clear all the variable. Um, but there's a CLC is actually the one that I'm looking for. The CLC clear the window. It clear the window, but it doesn't clear the variable. So CLC will give you a refresh command window that you can start with. Alright, I hope that you get familiar with this environment, and that you can try anything that you wish, and there's nothing is going to damage, because this is purely a software that you can use any way that you wish, and you're going to learn a lot about different commands in the future. Try to use this one, and try to type anything that you wish, and to see how it works, and I'll see you next one.